Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. I am back from my travels. We went to Germany and I had pre-recorded some videos, so you guys have been watching some old stuff. But now I'm back and I am here to share so much stuff. My poor room is a complete disaster. I still have suitcases down here that I have to put away, and there's just piles of stuff everywhere. But we got home on a Wednesday evening at 9:30 at night. We didn't even unpack the car. We just came in the house, loved on our dog, and went to bed. And then Thursday morning we unpacked. Thursday evening I repacked because I went for a 3-day retreat with jet lag, which I still suffer from a little bit, to the Lakeside Stitch Retreat up in Greenville, Maine on Moosehead Lake. It was fantastic. Very small group, same time that the celebrations and needlework was happening, which is probably why. But I really love these smaller cross-stitch retreats because you get to meet so many people, and I forced myself on a few people, even assaulted poor Rachel, who was on the street eating a sandwich in her car when I just kind of popped into her side window and said, "Hey, are you here for the retreat?" Sorry, Rachel. But yeah, it was a great time. So I have a lot of stuff to show from the Germany trip. I have a lot of photos to share. I have a lot of little videos. So I think probably for the next few weeks, you'll be seeing little snippets here and there. And I have stuff from the retreat, which there's so much, I think it'll have to be in a couple of videos. But I should do a little family intro because I've been telling everybody I'm going to see my family in Germany. This is an adopted family. So over 25 years ago, my brother got off a bus in front of my sister and mother's gift shop that they work at, and had a $5 bill and asked for small pieces of money so he could call his mother. My mother adopted him, said, "You can live with my daughter," fed him. You know how that goes. Once the mother gets the grip on him, he wasn't going anywhere. So he lived with me for, I think it was a whole summer. It was several months. And we became inseparable. And we've just had such a long history together. I've been going to Germany. He's been coming back here. His parents have come over. My mother and sister have gone over. I've been to Germany so many times, I've lost count. And it was really cute when we landed in Berlin, and the little customs guy or immigration guy was probably all of 22 years old, scanned my passport, and his eyes got big, and he said, "This is your first time in Germany?" And I said, "No, I have no idea how many times. I've been here a lot." So he was like, "Okay." That was the only question I got. But we landed in Berlin and rented a car, had easy driving. I've got some videos of the Autobahn. Rumor has it that there's no rules on the Autobahn. It's a free-for-all and you can go as fast as you want. That's not true. There are speed limits that you do have to abide by. And if anything, Germans are 100% better drivers than we are. They certainly are much more respectful to the rules of the road. So that far left lane, you stay out of it unless you are actually passing somebody, because when it is a area where it is no speed limit, they will go 160, 180 kilometers an hour. I think my top speed was 140 kilometers, and it was fast, too fast. We were in a tiny little Volkswagen rental. The guys in Berlin at the car rental agency took one look at us, big people from America with so much luggage, because we were bringing my daughter's stuff over. She is our German exchange daughter who lived with us for a year, and she had still has stuff in the house. So I said, "No, small car, small car, because you can't find parking unless you have a small car." So we got our small car, drove all over the place. It was absolutely gorgeous there. Perfect time of year, perfect weather. It was not enough time to spend with everybody on our list. We stayed with our daughter's family, and then we went to my brother, and then visited a friend in Erfurt and her husband, my sister, and then we went to my parents' town, and then back to Berlin to spend with our daughter. I can't say enough about how welcomed we felt, how lovely everybody was to spend time with. We were up way past our bedtime. We had a fantastic time. When we got to our daughter's house, she had given up her bedroom. She had put a little welcoming sign on her bed with a password and chocolates. It was just amazing. And it was just fun to hold her, see her again. Definitely our heart child. We will forever be attached. And it might have been hard for her to have two sets of parents around her, but I had warned my husband, keep it down because we're not the parents. So there was minimal nagging of, keep your hands out of your eyes when she's having allergy attacks, stuff like that. She's extremely talented and she made lots of gifts for us. I can't show all the gifts that we got because we came back with quite a bit, but I did want to share some things. She's also a cross stitcher, but she also is a master of beading. She does a lot of jewelry and she does watercolor, wood burning. She also does ceramics. She gave us this that she made. This is a watercolor that she did. And sometimes she sketches it out, sometimes she freehands it. But isn't that gorgeous? I have this in our bedroom so we can see it all the time. But I just love that. That's a little 5x7. She didn't sign it. She said it was signed underneath the frame. I'll put something on the back because I'm very aware of the fact that I'm getting older and forgetful, so I want the year and her name and what trip we got it on. She also did a paper flower. Isn't that beautiful? This is all paper. Sorry, my nails are a mess. We did our nails together when I was over there and they are chipping. But it's all done with wire and watercolors. She might have used markers actually, but I think she used watercolors. It almost looks like a paper towel that she used. It's just lovely. Now, I don't know how to best protect this. I think I might put it in a little vase, but I would like a little cloche to go over it because I don't want anything happening to it. And I'm really surprised I was able to get it home in this condition, but I just stuck it in a glass and then covered it gently with something. And however I did it, it survived. So I just look at the detail on the inside of that stamen. I wish I had that talent. I don't think I have the patience to do it. All the little petals are on a tiny fine wire that obviously is from her beading stuff. Beautiful, beautiful work. What else? So we went to a lot of different towns, and we saw a lot of different people, mostly my family, that is my heart family, I should call it. Now we have another family because of our German exchange daughter, who we just call our daughter, our heart child. And it was just fantastic. We stopped in Erfurt, where we would love to go shopping, but we didn't have time. So we just stayed there for a day to visit our friends Andrea and Christian. And of all the things that we did with them, we had to take their cat to the vet, which was fine. Now I can say I've been to the vet in Germany. And then we went out to a fantastic beer garden and restaurant, and they gave us some wonderful gifts. But I really wanted to share with you one of my favorite things to collect when I'm over in Germany. And it is called an incense burner, or a Rauchenmann. And you can get different things, so they're not all men. Rauchen means smoking. But Andrea and Christian gave us this little treasure. Isn't that amazing? So what you do is you put incense, cone incense, in the base here, light it, attach his legs again, and then the smoke will come out of his mouth, so it looks like he's smoking his little pipe. Isn't that cute? I have quite a few of these. maybe 10 or 12 now of different styles. But my heart is with these all the time. I could just keep buying them over and over again. This is just a wonderful way to remember our trip over there and having some time with them. It's absolutely incredible. Now, if you're interested in little Rauken men, maybe you're not, you can go to a website here. They import from Germany. I think it's a Georgia address that collects these Rauken men for distribution, because I did read, you know, how is this paid? You pay for it in US dollars. You pay online, and if there are any problems with your purchase, they have a Georgia address for returns. I don't see that happening because they're usually extremely well packed. This one came in a wonderful little box. But it's Erzgebirge Palace, and I'm going to put up the name here, Erzgebirge Palace. And they have figurines, little men, little houses, little mushrooms, little stoves, like cats on stoves. So it looks like some smoke is coming out of the stove top, and a little bowl of something. I have one of those. I also got a miniature Rauken house, and this was handmade by a wood carver in Oberhof, Germany. And I just fell in love with it. There were so many colors, I almost bought a couple of them. And this is the little incense that I put in there. I'm going to light one and show you how this thing works. And it just uses this little incense cones. These are the traditional ones that you can get with them. All different smells, all different scents. I tend to go for the more Christmas or piney scent. They have ski lodges, little houses, chalets. If you wanted to do a search for a used one, you would look up smoking men for incense, or incense smoker, or German incense smoker. They are on eBay. They are on other websites. Shop around so you're not paying way too much money, because I think the sky's the limit in what you can spend on these. My little house, I want to say, was about 30 euros. And the larger Rauken men, these can run you 80 to 100, probably a little more. Well, maybe that's what the American dollar is. So, yeah, I think these are going for about 120, 180 online. Let's see if this thing's smoking. Are you working? He's cooking. Can you see a little smoke coming out of the chimney? I think you can. In certain lights, I think they'll show up better. I just love these. If incense is your thing. Let me put this off to the side. He'll be behind me. And I'm going to put this little guy behind me as well, so it's much safer. So, Confessions of Germany. I did not find any cross-stitch shops. I know. I found some beautiful fabric and yarn shops. I could not find any cross-stitch magazines in any of the stores I went to. It was as if it didn't exist. It does exist. We finally ended up going to the Mall of Berlin, which is so huge, I can't take time to describe it. Every single shop in the world there, and lots of hobby stores in there. So I did find some books that I'll show you, paper books. But no, I couldn't find any cross-stitch. And last time I remember finding some cross-stitch magazines and like the train stations there. We didn't frequent the train stations because we were traveling by car. So it was a little frustrating. Googling while I was over there, I did find a shop, but it was like 600, 800 miles away, out of our little triangle of visits. So 2 weeks was not long enough. I'll have to go back and do some other things. In one of the fabric shops, I did find this really cute Let's see how I can best display it. I don't know. I think I'll just have to hold it. It's a tiny little felt pillow with beadwork. It's all been hand stitched. It's so adorable. Look how tiny that is. So it made me want to come home and play with my felt. There is I want to say a figure 8 hook on the top. You see how that's stitched on there? See if it comes into focus. With a little bead in the middle. So it would make a cute necklace. It would make a cute zipper pull. I'm going to have to try to make some of these because I think they're adorable. And I don't know if I would do 3 groups of flowers. I'd probably do just 1 or 2 and some leaves. But this is so cute. And I think I paid €2 for it, maybe 3. But with all the work that went into it, I had to get it. We went to a flea market in Berlin. We went to an arts and crafts street festival. I was just sensory overload. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Fun to go to. Now, I did find these books. So there were 3 books that I found. Boy, this was heavy in the suitcase, but we made it back legally. Because I think we were allowed a certain weight. So I have something by a Jennifer Dargle. Sonntag Kreativitat. 365 stitch motifs is what it says. So this was a thick book. This was €20. I wouldn't say that the patterns are elaborate, but I did find this handy because it had a lot of simple German phrases in it and things that I would do that I would enjoy. So let's take a couple peeks. You see Frohweihnacht, the whale. There's English in here as well. A lot of this is just patterns rather than pictures, unfortunately. Essen and Kucha. So I've got pizza designs and things like that. This cute little fox that's on the front cover. Yeah, there's not a lot of pictures, guys. I'm sorry. But I do like this one. So I'm going to do some patterns out of here. They look small. They look quick. There's a lot of charts and blank charts in the back of the book to even help design some of my own stitches, which I think is probably going to be very useful. I did see Anchor floss over there. I did not see DMC, which was really interesting. And that was in both of the craft shops that I went into. The craft shops were more like, say, a Joann's. They had a little bit of everything. They had a beading section, a fabric section. The most impressive thing I found were these little Rico books. Now, Rico is, oh gosh, it's been around forever. Rico Designs. And these are pretty thick little books. Look at that pillow. I have to do that pillow. Here's some of the designs on the back of this one. I don't know how many patterns are in each book. Herbstwald, I think, is forest Forest World. Or let's go to the forest. Look at the little foxes. What a great little design that is for so many different things. I'm really excited about stitching some things out of here. Those are foxes. Different ideas. Put it on a stitch band. Put it on a pillow. Little motifs for towels. The owl on the leaf. Then you get into some more elaborate dining cloths or table runners. I just love some of this stuff. I have a lot of the cross-stitch table toppers or table runners from previous trips over there that I haven't stitched yet. So it's another reason why I wanted to grab these books, because I wanted to have more of a variety of choices. Look at that. Just gorgeous. So this was all thanks to our daughter's sister, who's now our other daughter. She took us to the Mall of Berlin. She knew where these shops were. Just as talented too. I just love these. You can still find these here in the States. If you look under Rico Designs, you can find some on eBay. Lovecraft is also another website, and I think I've seen them in a couple of other places. But keep your eye out for Rico cross-stitch books, booklets. You can get some thinner ones. This one's pretty thick. This one is probably about 120 pages. But you can get some much thinner pamphlet type books that are 5x7s. I can only dream. I'll start with the smaller ones like the foxes, but gorgeous stuff. Then we go into the charts in that one. Now this one is just bees, fruits, and flowers, but I am really partial to this strawberry pattern motif that they have in here because there's so many different things you can do with it. I mean, look at that pillow on the front cover. Something I definitely want to tackle, and I might even put it on a different color background. Then there's some very strange phrases. Optimism, take care. They print in several different languages. What I like about, this book as well is it's in several different languages. So I have German, English, and it looks like French. How elegant is that? And then it gives you ideas of what to do with smaller sections of the pattern to make smaller hoop designs, which I think would make great gifts, or dress up a smaller space. Then they of course have the ribbon band stitching. Those make great additions to pillowcase edges or curtain tie backs. That would be really pretty, curtain tie back. Especially if you finish the ends with something, a beadwork or something. Oh, come on, where did those go? I wanted to show you there's a strawberry in here that I stopped and went, oh, because I think I want to try to make a strawberry. It's a different, it's only like 2-dimension. Yeah, here's the strawberry. So there's a pattern in here for that. And it made the reading of the pattern made it appear to be pretty simple. I think I can handle that. And I don't think I'd put them on a string necessarily. I could for my spring tree or Easter tree, but I think it would be really cute in a bowl. Stuff to play with. All right, Lakeside Stitch Retreat. I could just go on and on about our trip, but I think I will add some little videos and pictures at the end of this video and get on with some of the other things. At the Lakeside Stitch Retreat, we had floss game, we had a raffle, we had a great time. Everybody got a mug from Lakeside Stitches, which is a lot of fun to get. I had my morning coffee in it this morning. I can't say enough thank yous to Patty, the owner of Lakeside Stitches, her right and left hands, Ursula and Rhonda. Again, just phenomenal space, wonderful food, a wonderful company, just great people all around. I won something at the raffle. I won, I think, probably the most amazing gift or prize I could possibly get. This is a pattern. I want to say it's Country Cottage, but I don't quote me on that because I haven't looked it up. I have this pattern. I've never stitched it. Patty stitched it and framed it in 2012. She said, I'm tired of looking at it, so I thought I'd put it in the raffle. Oh my word. Isn't it huge? And look at the details on the frame. I just love this. I feel so honored to have this. Let's see if I can do this with minimal glare. It's so sweet. This will go in my spring collection. I'll put it up in the spring. The dew upon the berry reflects the morning sun. It glistens like a diamond until the rabbits come. I think it's wonderful. And it looks like she did this on a linen. Probably, it might be a 28 count linen because it appears that they might be like a 14 count stitch. So she did it over 2. But I don't have that information on the back, and I may have to ask her. It's under conservation clear glass, double matted. I'm just thrilled beyond words to have it. Now up there in Greenville, Maine, there is a little fabric shop across the street called Crazy Moose Fabrics. Almost forgot. Now, Crazy Moose Fabrics, I got some really great little fabric pieces to do some finishes. Finally, finishes. I need to do a lot of finishing. I got this cute little bundle. This is a whole yard. Little tiny leaves. That I thought was pretty neutral for a lot of different backings. I was looking for a type of honeycomb fabric, didn't find it, but I found the next best thing. I think this will work. It's a type of floral or flower motif. It's very honey colored. I'm going to match it up with some of my spring things. I mean, look at this little guy that's waiting to be done. That might be a great backing. These little bundles, I think, were about $1.20. This is also another great backing for that possible rabbit one. And then I've got this very soft silhouetted blue spring sprig design. I think this is great. She uses these plastic rubber bands that are tiny. It doesn't mar the fabric, so I love it. And then look at this collection. Great little checkerboard. A nice little gray. Sweet little brown. And then this is little stars. in like a pale, pale green. Soft green. I didn't buy any fabric in Germany because, one, it would have been too heavy to purchase it and haul it back. And two, I wasn't there for fabric. I was there for everything else. Oh my gosh, guys, you should see the pile of chocolate we brought home. I can't say that I bought most of it. My husband bought most of it. Tower of Milkas, lots of Lints. It was a great time with the chocolates. I wanted to show you a mug I got in Goodwill a couple months ago. Hey, wait a minute. That's Jim. And it says Maine. I think I paid, I don't know, $1 for it. I had to have it. Also, I did get something really heavy. You guys like gummy bears? Or Haribo stuff? I found Haribo berry scented, berry mix candles. I got the last two. I got one for my sister and one for me. It smells like a gummy bear. I love this. So these came back in one piece. Whew. I stuffed them in 2 pairs of socks, wrapped them up in some pants, and then packed them. And I don't know how much you'd pay for them in the States if you could find Haribo candles. But these were $3 a piece or $2.98 a piece at Netto over there. So that was fun. Now I get to clear up some of the stuff as I'm showing you things. All right, let's look at some of the stuff I got at Lakeside Stitches. Shall we? Where to start? I think I'll just continuously throw it behind me and then worry about the aftermath. I got some great fabrics. I got an 18 count piece of ivory. I got linen, a blue spruce 32 count. And this is 27 by 22. It's a big piece. I think I bought this one for an owl forest. I'm going to leave it on the table here because I think I need to pair that up with that pattern and show you guys what my thoughts are. Lots more fabric. Atomic Ranch Parchment Lugana, 32. A 16 count pewter Ada. A 16 count parchment Ada. Well, this is a 21 by 18. I think that's going to be for a prairie schooler. Then I got a 32 count Petty Point, or the polka dots. I really do love this fabric. I know I have some, but I don't know which colors. I think it's a gray and a brown, and you can always use more. 16 count Ada Misty Blue. This camera doesn't do it justice. It's more blue than gray on the camera. I'm not going to be able to capture it. I got a 28 count Lugana Navy. I mean, look at that price. Great prices up there. I have a Lugana Antique White, 28 count. I don't think her website is fully functional for cross stitch yet, but don't hesitate to call the shop and ask about her pre-packaged different fabrics and see what she has in stock. She can read them off to you and give you an idea. She's very good at visually describing the colors. And she does ship, so you can ask her about that. Those are not the colors I wanted for Owl Forest. Oh no, there's more! 25 count Lugano white. 18 count Ada white. And then this beautiful Ada 18 count Stormy. Look at that. The marbling in this is just gorgeous. That could be a Halloween stitch. I don't recall. I only wrote on one of the fabric packets. It's for this pattern, so when I get home I can remember, but I've since forgotten about the others. I know this happens to other people. I know it's not just me. Here's another miscellaneous bag of stuff. I think I'll have to go through that next. After the Lakeside stuff. Okay, more Lakeside. Empty bag. Free table stuff. Here we go. This was the Owl Forest embroidery chart that I brought to the retreat so I could match it up. I really feel like this is going to be the color for it. This is the blue spruce linen, but I wanted the white to really pop, that light blue that's used as a background in the greens. And I did bring the colors up for this chart because there were only like 8 colors, I think, in it, maybe less. And I did a quick little floss toss and I was like, ooh, I think that's it. So hopefully I did the measurements. I don't recall doing that. So I'm going to pair these two up and toss them to the side. And maybe I can kit that up. We'll show you. Unfortunately, I can't show you what I stitched on at the retreat because certain people who may be watching the video should not know about what I was doing. I attended the retreat with a friend, Heidi. She gifted me. Isn't that great? So it's a Primrose Cottage Spring Quaker. I love this. Hopefully this is going to be a quick little fun stitch, depending on what I do it on. But I love the little rickrack. I might even choose the same finish for this because it's just so perfect. I forgot to ask her if she started hers yet. I think she's got it in her whip section, so I'll have to ask her if she's started it. Maybe we can do it together as a motivational. But I might use a variegated. They used... doesn't say. Oh, Classic Colorworks Blooming Crocus. 3 skeins of it. It's only an 80 by 80. How did they use 3 skeins? Am I not thinking this through? Blooming Crocus, 3 skeins? Does it look like that would take 3 skeins? I guess depending on the size count that you do it on. I want to do it on something teeny tiny. I might even do it on one of my 50 counts. I had to get this. Angel at Elegant Thread did this one. And she put this out in 2020. I love this. It's great the way it is, but since I love lobster, I might just do a whole row under the word lobster and a whole row above the word lobster. Make a bigger pillow. So that is by the Elegant Thread. And the name is Lobster, which I haven't had yet this season. Have to go check the prices. I've got a Luminous Fiber Arts that I found up there. All Hallows Eve. I love that retro design. And I even love the border. I think they bordered it really nicely. That type of border, I wouldn't do a double mat on. I would just do a single mat. They didn't even mat it in the finish. But it's just adorable. And I also bought, this is for my friend. I bought this for my friend, Marie. Another Luminous Fiber Arts. And this is called Mousescapes 7 Happy Christmas. Mousecapades, not Mousescapes. Mousecapades. But you can see Santa is a little mouse. That's such a sweet stitch. Luminous Fiber Arts. And I'm going to try not to take this out. This is Jolly Green by Ink Circles. Sorry for the glare. Look at that. I know. I have to do it. I'll put it in the pile of my other ink circles that I've yet to do, but it's only got 4 colors in it. They do list Threadworks as the preferred sample was stitched with Threadworks, but they do have DMC-ish conversions. So I'll do a floss toss and see what's the most important color to have variegation in. And look at the frame that they put that in. It's just perfect. There's so much going on in that frame, yet it doesn't detract. And these would be great to do separately as little pillows. If you wanted to have like a St. Patty's Day dough bowl with those greens, you wouldn't even have to border them. Just do them as separate little pillows. I think that would be really cute. I love looking at a pattern and getting all these other ideas for it. I didn't find the big one I bought. It's got to be here somewhere. I have to go digging. I got a wonderful Rosewood Manor. This was in a sale bin. I can't remember if it was 30 or 40% off. I've never seen this before. A Rosewood Manor called 2Bs and ABCs. It's so original. Two Bs and ABCs. A little bit of black work. And that's the only kind of, well, maybe that other stitch on the bottom might be a fancy stitch. It doesn't look too challenging. And they do give you ideas in the book to do bookmarks from some of these pieces, which I think would be incredible. This was, excuse me, this was from 2013. I don't know why I haven't seen it before. Well, I do. Rosewood Manor has so many titles out in different charts that I can't possibly keep up with all of them. I mean, look at their listing on the back. I could definitely start a Rosewood Manor binder. That should be a goal. And see if I can't organize those. All right, I'm going to put this on pause because I have to go digging through my... Well, maybe I don't have to go digging. Never mind, I found it. This was another interesting one that I also found in the sale bin. 30 or 40% off, I don't remember. I'm going to take this out. Jan Houtman Designs. I've never heard of this before. It's from 2008. It's called Flower Bouquet in Green. But I was so intrigued by its design, I had to have it. So you've got a lot of cross stitch and what appears to be black work around the framed area, and then the center focal point is a beautiful bouquet of flowers. I thought it was really interesting. The only problem is the size. Look at that stitch count. What? What was I thinking? They do recommend you do it on an 18 count. I think I'll do that. I had the opportunity to order that size 18 count while I was there. But the reality is that I have so much to stitch right now. I think I'm going to keep this off to the wings. I have to finish the walls, and I have to start that lighthouse that my husband got me for Christmas. Then I can pull this one out. But I'm really intrigued with this. I can't wait to show you guys how it goes. And I don't see this in green, but I might do it in a green, that background. It's almost like a natural way to mat the cross stitch focal point. Really intrigued by it. If you've stitched a Jan Houtman design, let me know, because it looks like it's going to be a fun stitch to do. If you had a nightmare of a time stitching them, let me know that too. I want to know what I'm up against. We'll see. I think I'm going to have to end this and start a new video because I have been to the dump since I've been home. I have another bag of stuff that I meant to show you before I left for Germany. Never had the time to do. So there's lots going on. I do want to share a couple of other things. While I was at the retreat, I found a pattern that somebody was working on. Sue gave me this. It's got her address up here, so I'm hiding that. But I didn't have this one. Country Seasons. Is it focusing? I'm really excited about adding this to my binder. And I think I confessed to you guys that I did order some more Prairie Schoolers since I was showing that big collection I have. And I don't know if I showed you what I bought, so I might as well do that. I bought The Fox and the Grapes. This is from 1986. I can't see what you see. There we go. Now I know it's focusing. I think that's a fun stitch. Then I've got, is my little smoker still smoking? I think it stopped. I've got book 106, MNNO, part of the alphabet series. I don't want the whole alphabet. I'm not going to stitch them all, but I did want some of the few patterns that I really liked. And of course this one has the mermaid and the owl. So MNO, book 106. And I love the birds too. N is for nest. And then I got book 130, Country Wise. Plan ahead, keep it simple, the witch is in, measure twice, count once. I can't get enough of Prairie Schooler. And I have a lot of organizing to do up here, and we're going to be going off to camp soon. So I have so much to catch up with you guys. I also got this. This was a purchase from 1884, which is online. And she's got a lot of great $2 charts. Yeah. But she also has fabric. I got a medieval castle. It's a 28 count even weave. What a great color. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to do something Halloween-y on it, probably. All right, that was that. The raffle at Lakeside. I picked out something wrapped in white tissue because it had this really cute nautical motif ribbon around it, and I thought, well, that must have something to do with the ocean or something nautical or something Maine. And sure enough, June made this fantastic project bag. I just kind of opened it up and went, oh, because I can't do stuff like this. So that's the fabric. It's even got a handle. This is the cross stitch design that Helen D gifted for the Library Stitchers Retreat. I love her choice of colors. She switched it up a bit. She's got this cute little pull, beautiful fabric that matches everything else. The zipper's gorgeous, but that wasn't it. She put the design in there, and she put a whole other chart with the threads. So I got Winsome Whale by Artful Offerings. All ready to go. I'm really excited about this. So thank you again, June. This is just above and beyond. I'm really excited about playing with that. All right, now seriously, that's it. I gotta go. I gotta clean up this mouse trail before I fall and hit my head. I did not do any stitching while I was on vacation. I did bring a tiny little kit with me. There just wasn't time. We were too excited to see everybody. We stayed up way past our bedtime every single night. I didn't have the energy to stitch. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I have a lot of stitching projects to show you, but I have no progress. It happens. Stay tuned until we see each other again. Happy stitching. Have a great day and be safe.